Welcome to our video on virtual background. You'll notice that I have displayed in the background, I have the web page that you normally go to on the main page when you go to technology-resources.org. And what I would like to do is show you that you can present to you in the background to make this extremely exciting for your students. Now, just the other day, I was invited to sit in on a first grade class by Courtney. Courtney Lawson over at Grant Elementary School. Her kids, she had her kids so excited in that presentation that they did, or that Zoom class, that they didn't want to leave, number one. Number two, they could hardly wait to come back the next day. So this is good. This is a good way to run your classes, and who knows for how long, how we're going to do that. We have a slight problem, and the problem is that I travel around the state, and I notice that a lot of schools are not set up, nor can they be, for a presentation because the kids either do not have the internet or they don't have computers, which is unfortunate. We also have that problem across the state, United States, because I deal with teachers from all over. I have over 80 teachers currently taking my graduate courses. So we need to do this, I think. And we need somebody more important than me to set this up. We need the internet to be free or almost free to enable students all over the country to use the internet for education. This is imperative if we want to stay on top of what's going on in the world today. Is there a cost factor? Yes, there is, but it will be minimal if you compare it to the educational background that students would have. Now, what I like to do here is show you that if you use this virtual resource for a background, you too can make your education a lot more interesting for your students and you as well. Instead of having in the background, as you can see, you have me with my website. What I want to do is show you that I'm going to click down here at the bottom, click on stop video, choose virtual background. Now I have, and they have already placed this on here for me, quite a few different things that you can choose from, okay? Now this one's interesting, this comes with the program. Let me hit the X up here so you can see it. Okay, that's obviously, that's the Golden Gate Bridge. Okay, if you've never been to San Francisco, if you ever go to San Francisco, fortunately, I was able to go to school up there for a little while to college. And I think it's imperative that you do go across San Francisco Bridge at least one time. If you go across once, you're going to have to go across twice, maybe to come back. Okay, so that's one example. Let's click on here again and go up to choose virtual background. And this time, what I'm going to choose here is something they have that's pretty neat. Okay, now you might be interested in doing this because you notice that you have a now, if I click this on for full view, you'd see the whole thing, but I want to show you different parts of the program. You have the ocean. Now, you can take the students anywhere you'd like to go, which I think is extremely important. If you're studying social studies, you probably would like to take them to, if it's World War I, World War II, Civil War, Revolutionary War, well, you can take them any place you'd like to. Okay? Let me give you an example of an interesting thing that you might be able to do, or you can do, right? I'm going to choose virtual background again, and I'm going to click on Earth. Now, most of us have not been out in space. At least I know I haven't. But who's to say in the future, some of the teachers will go, oh, here we are again, out in space. And you're going to have the background that you see for you right here. But let me show you this. I'm going to click on virtual background again, and I'm going to choose a website or a page that I put up here for you. Okay, let me close this X out. Now, if you notice carefully over here on the left, you're going to see Earth, and this is the Pacific Ocean, and this is a nice state that we all need to visit. Sometimes it's almost boring because it's sunny and warm all the time. Hawaii, okay? And if you ask the kids, what's this line here? Some of them go, well, that's the equator. Nope, it's night and day, right? And over here we have the United States, and we also have the Great Lakes in South America. And up here, we all know who lives up here. So this is on the website under Social Studies, We have 16 live videos of the Earth, and as the Earth rotates, obviously this too will rotate. Okay, so you can take them almost anywhere you'd like, right? Great Wall of China would be interesting. Okay, let's click back. Now here's an interesting place to go to. Starship Enterprise. You're right here on the in the main the main cabin for the office of the Starship Enterprise. Okay, I don't know if you want to show that, but I have a website that you may want to go to that will enable you to see an awful lot. Now look at this one. This is an interesting picture here, I think. Okay, Dick and Jane. Look at the picture with the little teddy bear. Okay, we all grew up with that. Well, some of us did, us older people. Now, that was a great book that we read from because it was simple and it taught us how to read. I came across a young man in inner city, sixth grader. He says, "Listen, we're putting too much emphasis on reading. I don't think it's important. Boy, we got to definitely change not only that young man's concept, but all of the students. And we can do that. We have the ability. You have the ability to do that. Let me click down here again and click on choose a virtual background. This time I'm going to choose this one. And let me close out of here. Now, this is math picture puzzles. If you look carefully, we have a hamburger plus 3 dots is 13. So the hamburger must be 10, okay? 10 plus 10 is 20. 10 plus 5 equals 15. You got it, okay? Now that's an easy one. You'll see quite a few math picture puzzles. And in my travels again around the state, one school district said, please put more up there. You'll see they're all differentiated and there's more sophisticated ones like this. Now, I presented this to a class not too long ago, not this particular example, but another one. They really loved it. The whole class got involved. We used a smartboard for the class and they couldn't get enough of it. So if you go to the website, you're going to see a lot of innovative ideas such as this one, enabling you to teach not only math, but reason and thinking on your own. Now, there's one slight problem you have here with this picture. Now, I put this in a PowerPoint slide, saved it as a JPEG. If you do that and bring it up behind you, it will be backwards. So what you have to do is save it, copy it, save it onto a PowerPoint slide, use the snipping tool and slide it across to reverse it. Reverse it on your slide, then save it as a JPEG. In that way, when you save it as a JPEG and bring it up, it will be reversed as you can see it. Hopefully that made sense. Okay? All right, let's go back to virtual. Okay, this is a nice one. Okay, we are currently looking at a nice little fire going on behind us. If you're going to make a presentation in the winter, who knows how long this is going to be lasting, you may want to do that to keep the students' attention and keep things hot and warm. Now, what I have behind me is a green screen. Why do you want a green screen? Well, you can purchase it at Jo-Ann Fabrics, buy the material, throw it on a wall or behind a chair behind you, whatever you need to use. It's got to be flat, no wrinkles, and or you can go to Walmart and buy one. And in buying a green screen, get the green screen kit. You can do that. With the kit, you get 2 stands that allow you to hang it up, and it costs roughly 160 bucks. Free delivery. Okay. Maybe you can try eBay, Amazon. I looked at Amazon; it was a little bit more expensive. But if you look around, I'm sure you can probably find it. Now, with all that being said, I think let me click on here one more time, see if there's something I haven't gone over with you. And oh, this is interesting, I think. If you look at this, okay, remember the classrooms that were like this? Okay, we all know what movie this is from, right? Christmas Story. Yeah, if you haven't been in the Christmas Story house, oh boy, you got to go. It's down in the Tremont area. I go there often. It's like my mecca. I like going back into the past. Can you tell? Yeah. Well, anyway, Using virtual reality background makes your job easier, and it also makes it a lot more fun for the students. And like I said, this is something you can use not only now, but definitely in the future. So get a chance to become familiar with it as I am. I don't know everything. I'm learning this as you are because I never used Zoom before, and now I'm using it. And you can communicate with the family, as you probably well know at this point in time, and with your friends using Zoom. Another good point of looking at this picture is the fact that you realize that we have come a long way. Uh, Somebody said BG before Google. I didn't hear that expression before, but one of my former students, who's currently a teacher, said that. She goes, I learned before BG, before Google. I think in the background there, you'll notice there's quite a few books. I still believe in books. I like turning the page when I read. Now, I'm going to create another video using allowing you to learn, if you haven't already understood what I said before, converting or changing something, flipping it over so you can use it behind you. Now, you all know that you're probably going to learn a lot as you experiment, and I'll try to solve some problems to make this quick and easy for you. Well, hopefully we covered it all. I wonder where they got those teeth. Anyway, I'd like to thank you for watching our video.
That's all, folks.